Welcome back to Takacs McGinnis Elder Care Hour. I'm Barbara McGinnis, and in today's episode, again, we're going to be talking about the unique issues related to older age, chronic conditions, or disability and sudden illness. In today's episode specifically, we're talking about the challenges of transportation.
And I'm Tim Takacs. When seniors turn in their car keys, what options are available for them about transportation, especially when other family members may still work or live outside the home or even out of town? Joining us today are Ed Cole, Board Chair of Senior Ride Nashville, and Brenda Page of Community Life Bridge. Welcome, Ed, and welcum, Brenda.
Good. Thank you.
Brenda Payne.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
I want to
Payne,
breed
sorry,
Brenda
yeah.
Payne when I grow up. I admire you for all you do.
Right, I'm sorry. Yeah.
For our community. Welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Tell us about Senior Ride Nashville.
Senior Ride Nashville is a nonprofit organization created to address that very need of seniors giving up the car keys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a volunteer-based program. It operates during the week, Monday through Friday, at the present time during the day, 8 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. And simply a person who is 60 years of age or older and doesn't drive or chooses not to drive can call a phone number and set up a trip. We recruit volunteer drivers who then would make that trip, whether it's to the doctor's office or whether it's to get groceries or whether it's to have lunch with friends. But it's a model that is very, very exciting, both for the volunteer driver and for the person who gets the ride.
Okay, so how do you schedule a ride? Someone calls you, they have an app, they have other things, various ways to get a ride.
The primary way is what we seniors are all very used to, which is the telephone. Simply calling 615-610-4040.
Okay.
And there will be someone in our office, part of the nonprofit structure, to answer those calls. And they then have a way of putting it on a computer, and then our volunteer drivers can look on the computer and see where rides are needed, and then they can sign up. But there's a website, seniorridenashville.org. You can get signed up that way as well.
Yeah.
But the simplest way to do this is to simply make a phone call.
Okay.
And we'll take it from there.
We're going to have your contact information up later in this segment. What about membership? So you sign up. Is there fees associated with this?
Yes. One of the important features is this is a membership opportunity because we would like to visit. Part of Senior Ride Nashville is a person needs to be able to get in and out of a car. Now, some assistance, like with a walker, would be okay, but we have a home visit. That also adds to the credibility. People know who Senior Ride Nashville is. And so it's a $25 annual fee.
Oh.
And that covers that home visit and just some of the background work that's done.
Does that pay for the ride also, or is that the ride separate?
The ride is separate.
Okay.
Rides are $6. $6 round trip.
Okay.
$6.
Anywhere you want to go?
Anywhere you want to go. Now,
In
be
Nashville.
careful.
Okay.
Right now, we're limiting that to the Nashville metropolitan area. If there's a need to get to a hospital in Gallatin or Murfreesboro, we can do that, but we're basically focused on the Nashville area.
Why wouldn't I mean, that's cheap. Why wouldn't people want to do that?
Well, we're finding people do want to do that.
Yeah,
we're getting
that's
more and
great.
more calls, and the fee is there to make some investment in this, but it's not there to be a barrier for someone wanting to ride. And $6 round trip is far better than any other ride service that you could think of.
Now, is anybody eligible for it? Do you have to be like 65, or can I ride it? I'm not 65 yet.
I would be careful answering that question because I don't want to talk about your age.
So that's okay.
But no, 60 years or older.
Oh, okay. I do qualify.
Okay, good. 60 years or older, and we leave it to the ride, the caller. If they are choosing not to ride, we have some riders that still have a car sitting in the carport, but they just can't let go of the car, but they don't drive, or there are many that don't want to drive to a grocery store because it's congested in that area.
Right.
Or part of what we were just talking about in our first episode, they still drive in their local area, but they don't want to drive downtown.
That's right.
And there may be a need to get downtown, and this would be a good option for them. What about time limitations? Like, they can't be gone all day, they can't, right?
No, but we know many trips. So let's say someone, for example, is having dialysis.
Okay.
And so basically that round trip would be broken in half, still the same fee, but we would have one volunteer take the person to the clinic, and knowing that they were going to be there for a while, then someone else would pick them up. That's one of the advantages of the phone call to set up the ride. We can talk through exactly how long do you expect to be there, and does our volunteer situation really work better for somebody to take the person and then somebody else to pick them up, or if it's a routine doctor's visit or a hair appointment, then we'll just sit there and wait. So we look at around 2 to 3 hours is kind of the average, the working average.
Right. Okay, so Brenda Payne of Community Life Bridge.
Yes.
All right, is there a senior ride Sumner County?
There will be very soon, as a matter of fact. Community Life Bridge for a couple of years was looking at different ways to serve the senior community, and we looked at transportation and realized that it was the top of the list of the things that were needed in our community. And coincidentally, we realized that Senior Ride Nashville was up and running and beginning to move in that way. So we've been collaborating with them now for about a year, and they have been great partners with us. We're tagging along behind and modeling after them, but it's not up and running quite yet in Sumner County, but we're looking at that to happen before the end of 2018.
So are you going to do all of Sumner County, or are you going to like start in Hendersonville or Gallatin?
There'll be a pilot program initially in the Hendersonville area. We'll be building that program, building the volunteer base to make that happen, creating all of the different programmatic pieces that Senior Ride Nashville has already done in terms of setting up the software and doing the background checks and those kinds of things. But our goal is for it to be across Sumner County once we get this up and running and get the legs under it.
Brenda, will you talk about funding this program? Because obviously $25 membership fees and $6 rides, that's not funding the program. That's
You're absolutely right, and funding is obviously a big piece of any startup operation. So we're looking at funding sources coming from both the public and private sectors of the community. So we'll be looking for foundations to be helping us with this. We'll be looking at city governments and churches and civic organizations and corporations and private individuals, because I think once we have made that story out there and said to folks, this is the need in this community. It's not just Nashville, it is certainly Sumner County. This is a regional issue. It's really a national issue when you look at what's going on across the nation with the aging of our population. And I am a senior, so I understand. I want
There's
this.
3 of them on this panel,
I want this to be available for the day when I want to go and get this hair done and go to lunch with my friends, and I'm not as comfortable with driving. So so we are looking at a number of funding sources. Our budget need right this minute is not going to be huge, but I believe the community will step up.
Right. So really the community stepping up is getting volunteers coming in to, start putting money in and everything else. And, and once we kind of pull all of that together, we have Senior Ride Nashville, we have Senior Ride Sumner. So we've just got a couple seconds left, so we're going to put your contact information up.
Okay. Yep. Great. Thank you.
You have Senior Ride Nashville, seniorridenashville.org. Call Ed Cole. Call Ed if you want to ride. Now, it may be more than $6, but
well, Ed's a volunteer driver.
You're a volunteer driver too, and then Community
well.
Life Bridge. Certainly, we saw the contact information for Brenda Payne. So,
all right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about transportation with seniors currently with disabilities.